I remember growing up in Veneta, Oklahoma. Yes, if you know me very well, you knew that it would be a matter of time before I brought up Veneta, Oklahoma, my wonderful hometown. And I remember growing up in Veneta and my pastor, Eddie Fontanez, taking time with this young teenager. I was probably about 15 years old, and he sat down with me at our kitchen table at our house, and he said, I want to teach you to study the Bible. And we read 1 Timothy. And we read 1 Timothy not just one time, and not just twice. I think we read 1 Timothy maybe 100 times. Maybe 100 times. We sat on 1 Timothy. And we talked about 1 Timothy a million different directions, a million different ways, how Christ was in 1 Timothy, what was Paul trying to encourage, what was Paul trying to say to Timothy, what was Timothy hearing, and how that applied to my life. He was diving in, and he was showing me the importance of the word, right? In essence, he was discipling me. I must get in discipleship. If I am going to grow, I must get in discipleship. That the other side of it too is I must take the time to disciple somebody else. Let's talk about these two things a little bit. First of all, with discipleship, you want to find someone who has gone further than you have. On this journey and on this race, you need to find someone who has gone further along the road than you have. They aren't just looking at the same view, but they've climbed the mountain a little bit further, and they can scream down to you and say, hey, Rennie, be careful about this turn over here. Hey, Rennie, it gets a little slick in that spot. You might try to avoid it. Hey, Rennie, make sure and do this. It can help you get past that hurdle. See, they've gone further, right? They've also been at it longer. A mentor, someone who disciples you, has been at it longer, and they can say, hey, man, you need to rest here. You're going too hard. And what's coming up in this next season of your life, you need to make sure you're rested and really grounded, because I've been there. A friend of mine named Brad Little, great business owner, and he is a mentor of mine. And I remember sitting there talking to him about what it's like to mentor and be a father to girls. He has two amazing young ladies that are grown women now, love God, have amazing husbands, and they're doing wonderful things in their life. And I asked Brad, I said, how did you get there? Right? In this crazy world of raising girls, how did you get to that point? And Brad said, you know what? It's consistency. It's speaking into them in love. It's entering their world. And he gave me a list of things that he did as a father, and he continues to do as a father. See, because he had gone further than me. He'd gone longer than me. But see what? He'd also done more than me. He'd done more than me. Well, see, we need those people in our life to mentor us, whether it's, the fundamentals of just breaking open the Word and showing you how to study the Word, or it's the seasons of life that you're going to be in and the roles you're going to play in life. You need someone to mentor you as a father. You need someone to mentor you as a husband. You need someone to mentor you as a wife. You need someone to mentor you as a business owner. You need someone to mentor you in a variety of ways. We have to find people who have gone further, farther, and been at this longer than we have so they can prepare us. To see, we were designed for relationships. We are not meant to go at this alone. But at the same time, as the Great Commission reminds us, is we are also supposed to be disciples, but we're also supposed to be disciple makers. We're supposed to be disciple makers. Who are you discipling? One of the things that I've realized as I've talked to mentors and I've talked to other people who do the discipleship kind of work is they always feel like they gain more than they gave. Always. They always feel like, man, what an honor it was to be able to disciple someone and walk along life with someone. They have actually gained more than they feel like they gave. See, the reality is in the communities in which we live, you have gone, no matter where you're at, you have gone further than someone else. You have gone longer than someone else, and you have done more than someone else. See, nothing that God gives us, we're supposed to hold on to. We're supposed to give out. He gave us salvation. We're supposed to give salvation to others by introducing them to Jesus. He gave us healing so we can help people find healing in their life. He broke the chains of brokenness and bondage in our life so we can help others find the secrets of salvation and the Spirit of God working in us and through us to break those things in our life. See, we need to be discipled, but we also need to disciple others. Who is speaking into your life today? Helping you grow and helping you get better? And speaking to you specifically about this issue of spiritual development, spiritual leadership. If you don't have one in your life right now, I believe that if you pray and you ask the Holy Spirit as your main guide to give you someone who will mentor you and disciple you, he will bring that person in your life. You just have to be open to it. But at the same time, are your eyes and ears open to people who need you to disciple them? For whom much is given, much is expected. And we must lead out of the overflow of the Spirit working in us and through us.